Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, welcome to my channel. I am Shannie, and as you can see from the title, this is going to be the 18-month update for my son. I actually did a 15-month update, and I thought I wasn't going to do like a part 2 or anything until he was like 2 years old, but I realized how much of a difference 2 to 3 months made, and so I figured why not still do the 18 months so that you can kind of see the difference from that video. If you haven't watched that video as yet, I will link it down below in the description so you can go ahead and watch it. But yeah, and I promised I wasn't going to do a long intro, but I feel like I need to say this. So I realized that there's this like comparison thing that persons do, especially with like 1-year-olds. Like they would say something like, okay, let's say you said, well, my baby, they'll be like, how old is your baby? And you say 1. You don't give them the month, you know, the age in months. And you say, oh, well, he's 1 year old. He's 1 year old. And then you say, well, he's now doing XYZ, but he doesn't know how to do XYZ as yet. And they'd be like, really? Well, that's so weird because my uncle, cousin, daughter is also 1, and she does that and so much more. And then it kind of gets into your psyche like, oh, what's wrong with my child? Is my child slow? Why are they developing so slowly? But you don't realize that although the both of them are 1-year-olds, they technically aren't the same age, and they're maybe not even in the same phase of their lives. So one could literally be 12 months old and the other could be 18 months old, and I guarantee you a 12-month-old isn't going to be doing every single thing that an 18-month-old is doing. Now there are some advanced babies who do things a little quicker than others, and where they may be catching up the older ones, but I just wanted to encourage persons to not take that don't take it too seriously until you get to a certain point where, okay, your child is supposed to be past this phase but they're not. Then I would say, okay, ask the doctor about it. But if they're not doing the same thing that another 1-year-old is doing, most likely they may not even be in the same phase of their life, if that makes sense. And sometimes children they take a little longer to do certain things, but they do other things a lot quicker, and so I wouldn't really sweat it. But yeah, so all that to say, this is an update to add on to the 15-month update video. Okay, so I kind of changed the lighting. I felt like I was a little washed out, and I still feel like it's kind of off, but sorry guys, still working with how I'm going to be setting up. But since this is a video about my son, I figured I'd record it in his room. So going straight into the content so that this video isn't too long, I have everything listed here. So I did mention some of these things in the 15-month update, but I'll add to it. And so when it comes to words that he's saying, I did mention some of these already, but I'll just do the list off. So he's saying some of them, he says the words clearly or close enough, and some is not too clear. So if you don't really know him, you won't know he's saying a certain word because he says it in his own way. So yeah, he says mommy, daddy, more, eat, please, pepper. Not saying that something is pepper, but mostly for Peppa Pig. Yeah. So pepper, yes. Cookie, he says that extremely clearly. Yes. Cookie, happy. Tia, tia meaning auntie in Spanish. One of his aunts and I, we kind of like studied Spanish together, and so we were like, when we have our kids, we let them call us tia. So he only calls her tia, but calls other aunts something else. So tia, keys, hot, water, juice, open, no, school, shoes, all gone. That's a 2-word phrase. Food, ball, car, bathe, teacher. And he's trying to say more words. Sometimes we don't always catch it. Things that he does, have a pretty cool list here, and these are the things that actually caused me to want to do this video, because although yeah, he added a lot of words since the 15-month update, these ones were like, whoa, he's really, you know, growing up. And so the things that he does, he counts. Initially he was counting from 3 to 6, and then he would go 9, 10. So he would skip some things, but now I think he's trying to start from 1, and so he is developing there. He knows parts of the alphabet, still learning there. However, they are now focusing in on certain letters and numbers at school. And so he randomly one day, like, he pointed at the letter C and was like, C. And at first I was like, I don't think he's telling me that's the letter C. But I said, you know what, let me just indulge just in case. And I said, yeah, baby, that's the letter C. And when I went to his school the following, I think the next day or something, I said, I think it was over the weekend when he did it. And so when he went to school, I asked his teacher, are you guys doing like letters? Because I think he was trying to show me the letter C. And she's like, yes, yes. And she was so excited that he actually took it home and was trying to point out things. And so now that I am aware that he is grasping letters and can identify letters and certain numbers, I try to engage him in that and try to listen out for when he shows me certain things. And so yeah, he is identifying letters and numbers now. He likes to help around the house, like help me load the washer and the dryer. He thinks it's so fun. I hope he remains that way when he gets older. He puts his dirty clothes in his dirty hamper. He tries to sweep. He actually just takes the broom and does like this and tries to. It's scary because you could lose an eye. But yeah, he drinks from a straw. So when he was 15 months, he was trying to drink from the straw. He would get it sometimes, but now he's a pro at it. So he's definitely drinking from straws. When we pull up to certain places, he can identify who lives there or where he is. He may not know the right word to say, but he knows where he is. He knows who's gonna walk over that door when we pull up. He loves helping out with different things. So I try to give him different, not chores, but like whenever I'm doing something, I try to include him as if he's a big boy. And so I would give him a little leeway to do certain things, and he feels so good about it. Like, he has the biggest smile on his face. It's so adorable. What else? He knows who most of the people in our lives are, but he may not call them directly by their name. Some persons he does, but he may not call them directly by their name, but he knows who they are. And so that's something. What else? And he seems like he's developing an imagination, I guess. I don't know. I think at this age they probably do. So he would be playing, like, usually when he played with toys in the beginning, he would play with them, but now he would take the truck and be like, beep beep, broom broom, and he'd try to get us to come on the floor with him and play. And it's like he's loading certain things into the truck and then transporting them. And so I think his imagination is developing. It's so cute to watch. Sometimes it could be a little annoying when you don't feel like playing, but I try to remember, like, he's developing. He wants to bond and he wants, attention. And so I put my feelings aside and I just play with him. So yeah, I'm sure he does a few other things, but those are the main things. Those are the main things. I think I mentioned that he's aware and kind of used to his routine. And so let's say I said, hey, you want to go and take a bath, you want to bathe? He will know to go to the bathroom door and try to open it. And he'd be like, OP, because he says OP for open. He'd be like, OP, OP. So he knows his routine, kinda, and he knows, like, when you say you're gonna do this, that this is what we're gonna do. What else? So those are the things that he says, things that he does. Food wise, he's getting there. He is a bit more open to trying things, but still not so open. So he eats meat now, because he wasn't really eating it as much. I don't know, he trust issues, but he wasn't really eating it. So sometimes he would, and sometimes he's not in the mood for it. It just depends on his mood. Sadly, he has been exposed to the bad and healthy drinks. No soda, but in the 15-month video, I mentioned how we were only giving him water and 100% juices, and then whole milk, and a little bit of the unsweetened iced tea. But now he has tasted the greatness of the sweetened iced tea, not really Kool-Aid per se, but like Tang, certain fruit juices that aren't 100%. And so yeah, he has been exposed to it. We try to curve it a bit, but yeah, he has been exposed. He still drinks the 100%, not 100%, he still drinks the whole milk, and sometimes almond milk as well. What else? Oh, he's somehow been boycotting fruits and vegetables, and so I now have to be a bit more intentional in how I give him his fruits and his vegetables. I have to probably just give him smoothies and still introduce him to a little portions of it to see if he'll try it and if he'll like it eventually. But my intentionality, is that the word? I'm going to have to be more intentional with giving him the right intake of fruits and vegetables by tricking him into thinking he's just drinking juice, but it'll be like packed with all of the good nutrients and stuff. That's the only way I can do it right now until he decides to just eat them again, hopefully soon. What else? I'm trying to remember because I kind of watched the first video again to refresh my memory. Oh, he's now in pull-ups, so he's potty training at school. Amen. Praise him. So I'm not ashamed to say that I am counting on the school to potty train him, but I am, talking to his teacher to find out what he does at school so that I can kind of incorporate the same thing. I haven't really started anything at home as yet. I kind of want them to introduce him first so that when I started at home it's a bit easier for me, to be honest, because I don't really know what to do. I started watching videos on how persons do it, and most persons who made videos, they're like stay-at-home moms, so they have the time to actually like put the baby on the toilet every 30 minutes every time they drink and all kind of different stuff. And at this point I don't have that kind of, I don't know what the word is, but I don't have that right now. So I'm gonna let the teacher start him up, and then I'm going to just join the train so that he can do it every day until he gets it. But he's in pull-ups now. He's aware of when he pees and poops, because he's aware. So he's becoming more aware of it, and so I know he's getting to the point where he's getting ready to be potty trained, or it would be a little bit easier for me to, I guess, help him along. As you can see, I'm in the middle of his room. There's no crib here. Unfortunately, fortunate for him, his crib is back in our room. He's not been feeling too well, and so we wanted to monitor him throughout the night, and walking all the way to his room was like a no. And so yeah, he's in our room for now until he's 100%, 1000% better. We are better in terms of, yeah, we just, to ease our mind, he's in our room. So we'll transport him back to here soon, I hope. But what else? He's still in the crib. I mentioned that in the last video. He's still there. His crib can turn into a toddler bed, so we're gonna do that probably before the year ends or so. We'll see, but very soon we want to do that because he's starting to like try to come out the crib, and that has me on edge because I don't want him to hurt himself. We had a little incident where he tried and he was holding on for dear life, and I almost literally had a heart attack when I came running to see what happened because he had just woken up, tried to come out the crib. So yeah, I need to change that soon, very soon. What else? Yeah, he's just an amazing kid. He's very smart. There's so many other things, but those are the main things I can think of. And when he went for his 18-month checkup, I had to do like this survey / test kind of thing. I had to answer questions. Like they just gave me it's almost like I was doing an exam. Does your baby do this? Does your baby do that? And I say yes, no. If no, then say blah blah blah. If yes, then da 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 da. And so his levels are great. He's developing at a good rate, and so there's nothing to worry about. Praise him. So yeah, he's doing pretty well. I honestly can't think of anything else, and I don't want this video to be drawn on. But yeah, if you have any questions, leave them down below. I'll be glad to answer them. What else? If you have, I guess, certain videos you want me to do, I can try to do it. It has been a bit harder for me to record, hence my long break that I took. Even when I had already recorded videos, I took a long time to even edit them and put them out. So I do apologize, but I'm trying. But if you have any questions, any videos you really want me to create, I will be doing, taking requests and trying to do them. But I have a few things that I want to try to do. Like when I change the crib into a toddler bed, I'll probably do a room update kind of thing, like show you the before and after, or let you guys watch me do it. I don't know. So that's coming up at some point, because I want to make his room more toddler friendly in terms of like learning. I want him to see the things that he sees at school at home, and so I'm gonna be transforming his room a bit, so look out for that video. Yeah, like I said, I'm just gonna be rambling on and on. So thank you guys for watching this video. Like I said, if you have any questions, put them down below. If you're not subscribed, be sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell button so that you are notified whenever I post a video. Give the thumbs up, hit the thumbs up button so I at least know that you enjoyed this video and I know to do more of it or similar videos like it or whatever. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.